India successfully conclude major trade deal. New Delhi. North Korea to soon unveil next stage nuclear plans, Kim says. Nearly 2 million military casualties in Ukraine war. Study finds. Rights group says confirmed Iran protest toll over 6,000. Iran warns against instability after U.S. strike group arrives. India and the European Union are set to announce what both sides are calling the mother of all trade deals today, as leaders meet in New Delhi to formalize a massive free trade pact concluded after nearly 20 years of negotiations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and EU leaders hope the agreement will help both sides reduce dependence on the world's two largest economies, the United States and China. Speaking in New Delhi, Modi said the deal will create major opportunities for India's 1.4 billion people and millions across Europe. He noted that together, India and the EU represent about 25% of global GDP and nearly one-third of global trade. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and European Council President Antonio Costa are in India for the signing, after attending India's Republic Day celebrations as guests of honor. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un says he will unveil new plans to strengthen his country's nuclear forces at an upcoming ruling party Congress, the first such meeting in 5 years. State media report that Kim made the announcement while overseeing a ballistic missile test on Tuesday. He said the party Congress will outline the next stage in boosting North Korea's nuclear deterrent. Kim, accompanied by senior officials and his young daughter, watched as a large-caliber multiple rocket launcher fired 4 missiles. State television said the rockets hit a target more than 350 kilometers away. Kim warned that the test would cause excruciating mental agony for any forces that attempt military confrontation with North Korea. He admitted development of the weapons system had faced difficulties, but called the test a major step in strengthening strategic deterrence. Russia's war in Ukraine has now resulted in nearly 2 million military casualties on both sides, according to a new report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies. The study estimates that Russian forces have suffered the heaviest losses, around 1.2 million casualties since the invasion began nearly 4 years ago, including up to 325,000 soldiers killed. Analysts say no major power has experienced losses of this scale since World War II, despite Russia making only limited territorial gains. Ukraine has also paid a devastating price. The report estimates Ukrainian military casualties at between 500,000 and 600,000, including up to 140,000 killed. Combined losses from both sides may already stand at 1.8 million and could reach 2 million by next spring. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has given a lower official death toll, but analysts and independent investigators say the real numbers are likely far higher, with many soldiers missing or unaccounted for. A U.S.-based human rights group says it has confirmed that more than 6,000 people have been killed in Iran's recent protests, warning that the true death toll could be far higher as mass arrests continue across the country. The human rights activist news agency reports that 126 deaths have been verified so far, including protesters, children, bystanders, and members of security forces. The group says it is still investigating more than 17,000 additional potential fatalities. The protests began in late December over economic grievances and quickly evolved into a nationwide movement against Iran's ruling system. Large street rallies in early January were met with what rights groups describe as an unprecedented crackdown, including security forces allegedly firing directly at demonstrators. Tracking the toll has been made difficult by a near 3-week internet shutdown, leading activists to warn that confirmed figures likely underrepresent the true scale of casualties. HRANA also reports more than 41,000 arrests and says a wave of detentions is still underway. The group has raised alarm over reports that security forces are raiding hospitals to arrest injured protesters, sparking concerns that people are avoiding medical treatment out of fear. Iranian authorities deny wrongdoing and insist hospitals remain safe for all patients. Iran's president has warned that U.S. threats against the Islamic Republic will only bring greater instability to the region as an American aircraft carrier strike group takes up position in Middle Eastern waters. President Masoud Pezeshkian made the comments during a phone call with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, saying U.S. threats are aimed at disrupting regional security and will achieve nothing but instability. The warning comes as President Donald Trump has deployed the USS Abraham Lincoln and a U.S. naval armada near Iran. Washington has not ruled out military action following Iran's violent crackdown on nationwide protests, which rights groups say has killed thousands. A senior Revolutionary Guard's naval commander also issued a warning to neighboring countries, saying any nation allowing its land, airspace, or waters to be used against Iran would be considered hostile. Saudi Arabia responded by assuring Tehran that its territory would not be used for attacks against Iran,